At 18, Derek Wolfe was conscripted into the British Army and thrust into World War II. This was the beginning of a military career that would see him serve in the armed forces of two different countries and take part in conflicts that spanned the globe. So what was your involvement in World War II?
Well, 1944, when I was 18, I was called up. After 12 months training in England, we were posted to India. The most exciting thing that happened while we were there was the uprising in Bombay during the riots. We were called upon by the civilian authorities to help them quell the rioting. I left the British Army at the beginning of 1948. We found out that the RSL was sponsoring migrants from the ex-British Army, and because the British government paid our fare, that's why we decided to come here. About the middle of 1952, there was a slight recession in Australia. Jobs were getting to be hard to come by, so I rejoined the army.
Derek's first posting in the Australian Army was to Malaya for 6 months. His next posting in 1966 was to Vietnam in the 103 Battery, stationed in Nui Dat, South Vietnam.
Oh, well, I was the battery quartermaster sergeant, and my job was to make sure that the troops were fed, clothed and supplied with ammunition and whatever, and I was actually the logistics man for the battery. Well, I didn't have a great deal to do with the Battle of Long Tan. Myself and many others that weren't on the guns were busy resupplying them with ammo through the teeming rain, and nobody seemed to know what was going on apart from we were firing the guns, and we didn't know until the next day what was actually happening. Well, in 1967, when we came back from Vietnam, I was posted to Woomera, to the Guided Weapons Trials Unit there, and from there we went to various places, Townsville, Sydney, and eventually I was posted to Adelaide, where I finally took my discharge.
In 1976, Derek retired from the Australian Army after a 24-year career. Derek has never applied for Australian citizenship. He remains to this day an English citizen. His reasoning for not becoming Australian is simple. After serving the country for 24 years, why should he have to apply to become a citizen?